Hello English 101i students, welcome to week 14 of our course. I know we're just about a couple of weeks away from the very end of the semester. We just have this week. Next week, of course, is a shorter week because of the holiday coming up. And then after that, we'll be moving into final exams pretty much after the 30th of November. So this week we'll still be finishing up some kind of final assignments. Next week will be a little bit the same. We're going to be moving into the last essay assignment of the course. And if we go ahead and take a look at our course calendar, that will help to kind of outline everything for you. So as we look at week 14, we'll be working on the final version of your comparative evaluation essay. So you've all received lots of feedback from me. This week, once all of your partners have posted their peer review comments for you in the group wikis, you'll be able to access those after midnight tonight if you haven't seen them yet, and take both sets of feedback and go ahead and make some revisions to your essay before you submit it next Sunday on the 22nd of November. Of course, don't hesitate to come and ask questions. You can ask questions by email. My virtual office hours are available and posted right in the Blackboard interface as soon as you enter the class activities area. So don't hesitate to reach out for help if you need it. Also, you'll see in the written announcement that you receive in your email, I've given you some information about the Writing Center and the services that they are offering in the next couple of weeks. This coming Friday, they're hosting a Freshman Friday that's kind of, they're not restricting it just to freshmen, but they're kind of, setting aside that time and making it, as available as possible for first-year students to come in either online or in person, or to just drop by and walk in to get help on essays. So as we move into the reflective argument, which is coming up in week 15, you might want to start thinking about times when you could go over your draft with them. The last day that they're open this semester is the 24th, I believe. Let me go ahead over here and just verify that. Okay, so when we go into our announcements area, okay, and this is the announcement you'll be seeing shortly. So yes, Tuesday, November 24th, as you can see here, is their last day. And that's just because students are beginning to make plans to go back home or to travel. So they need to start wrapping up their services as well. Okay, so back over here to our course calendar, you'll also see, in addition to the final version of your comparative evaluation, that you'll be working on assignments 7.1 and 7.2. So we've moved into the final module of English 101i. So when we go into My Classroom and into the modules, we'll head all the way down to our last couple of modules. Just as a reminder, you'll submit the final version of your comparative evaluation at the Turnitin link at the bottom of Module 6. So you'll go here, not in Module 7, to submit that assignment. Then to move on to assignments 7.1 and 7.2, you'll go into Module 7. And as you can see here, assignments 7.1 and 7.2 are due on Sunday, November 22nd. Assignment 7.1, I hope you'll really have fun with this one. This one is kind of looking at your progress throughout the entire semester, kind of collecting all the feedback and all the advice and information you've gotten and applying that to what you're going to do in the future, kind of like a way to start reflecting on yourself and reflecting on how you can become better. And I've included here a TED Talk by Lydia Makova, which is called The Secrets of Learning a New Language. And this is one of my most favorite TED Talks. As you can see in my instructions here, I am a passionate language learner. If I could just sit around and learn languages all day long, I would totally do that. I think that would be tons of fun. And it wouldn't matter what language it was. I would just sit down and learn it because I just think languages are fascinating. Okay. So as I tell you here, throughout the semester, you've been analyzing your own strengths and areas for improvement by looking at the number feedback I've given to you on your essay drafts. By now, you should have a good sense of what you're doing well in English and what you still need to work on. So now we're coming to the end of our course. So I'd like you to start thinking about a system, a method, what you can do to keep on improving your skills. Okay, so the ideas you collect in this assignment are also going to be useful in your final essay of the course, the reflective argument, which you'll start working on next week. Okay, so the first part of this assignment is to watch the TED Talk. It's relatively short, less than 11 minutes. And so in this talk, she talks about 4 different principles for learning a language. And as I tell you here, I know English is not a new language for anybody in this class. I think all of you have been studying English for many, many years. For some of you, it was probably the language that you were educated with in school in your country. You know, we're all in somewhat different situations, but I think no matter what your background is with English, there's something that you can learn from this video. Okay, so what I would like you to do after watching the video is to write a summary of about 7 to 10 sentences that describes the 4 principles she recommends for successful language learning. And I think, like I said, this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, if you're advanced, or you're even a native speaker. I could give this video to my American students and ask them to take certain principles away from it that could help them improve their skills too. Okay, and she's just a great speaker, I think. I think you'll enjoy listening to her. Then the second part of this assignment is to write another short paragraph of about 7 to 10 sentences applying Makova's philosophy to your own English journey. So what strengths and areas for improvement have you observed in your writing based on my feedback and peer review feedback from your classmates? And this is really important. I want you to be specific. And I've given you a couple of examples here of what would be a general or non-specific thing to say in your self-evaluation, and something that would be much more specific and something you could take action on. So, a general non-specific statement would be something like, I will study English for 5 minutes each day. And as I tell you there, you'll probably never do that because it's really general. There's nothing you can measure or take away from it. And it's something you tell yourself every day, but you probably will never get around to it. I know because it's happened to me too. So a much more specific statement would be something like, I plan to go to the website. I just went and found an exercise on the internet, and I just gave it to you here as an example. I plan to go to this website, complete the comma splice exercises there, and go back to review them once a week until I no longer make that mistake in my writing. Of course, you do not need to choose the website that I provided there for you. It's just an example. So you look at what areas you're having difficulty with or that you need to improve in your English writing, and think about what resources you could look for to help you with that. What could you study? What could you listen to? What could you read? You know, think about specifically what you could do. What system could you put into place to make sure that you work on areas for improvement? What methods would work best for you? And what would you actually find most enjoyable? That's one of the major principles she discusses in her talk, is that it needs to be enjoyable, something that you like doing. So you can put your 2 paragraphs in a Word document and upload it at the 7.1 assignment link up here. So you can just upload that document there and I'll give you feedback on it. The second of your assignments for this week would be 7.2, revising and editing what works for you. So you'll read pages 50 to 62 on revising and editing in the attached or linked textbook there. You've done 1 or 2 other assignments with this book earlier in the semester. So after reading, choose the 5 most important aspects of revising and editing that you think you personally need to keep in mind to improve your own writing. So this, along with assignment 7.1, we're kind of on the journey to help you collect ideas for your final essay, the reflective argument. Okay, so in the journal entry, when you click on this link, it's going to take you to a journal entry. So you'll see here we've had some other assignments that were in this similar format. Okay, so you'll provide a 2 to 3 sentence summary of each aspect from the reading, along with a 2 to 3 sentence explanation about that aspect or of revision or editing that's important for you. Okay, so again, it will help you collect ideas for the final essay in the course. Assignment 7.3 we'll save for next week. You're welcome to go ahead and take a look at it and even get started on it if you'd like to. It involves a discussion forum, so we'll be trading ideas with some classmates, but you don't need to work on this one this week unless you really want to get ahead. You're welcome to take a look at it. Okay, so that's everything for this week. So don't forget about the final version of your comparative evaluation essay, assignment 7.1 with this wonderful TED Talk, and then assignment 7.2 about revising and editing. So I wish you a great week, and let me know if you have any questions.